Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's edition of the Daily Stand Up. My name is Lee Henson, and I am the president and founder of Agile Dad. And we hope to start today's edition of the Daily Stand Up now. So, without any further ado, let's get started. I wanted to round up this week talking about the product analyst or a product owner and the analyst, the supporting analyst that will help the product owner be successful by talking about what might be one of the most important pieces of the puzzle to help this all fit together. Now, in case you did not have an opportunity to listen to the previous podcast episodes regarding this issue, I want to remind you that in no way am I saying that any of these roles replace the true single product owner role. There is still only one product owner, and will always be only one product owner. The purpose of these analysts are to help support the product owner role. And once again, I want to make sure that if this role title matches a title in your organization, that we're not trying to compare those one to one. That would cause great grief because you might find yourself saying, hey, that's not what my technical analyst does. So we want to make sure that you listen to the responsibilities and maybe compare them with a name and say, that they're talking about Susie or they're talking about Jennifer. I want to make sure that we're aligning this with an actual individual and not necessarily with a title that exists inside of your organization. Because the truth is, title for title, it might not be the same person who does this on each product or project you're working on, depending on the level of technicality or depending on the type of product or service it is. This could be a different individual in each case. So today, I wanted to focus our attention on the role of technical analyst. Now, a technical analyst is not full-time service to the product owner. This technical analyst has a job already. In many cases, they might be a dev lead or a lead architect or someone who works closely with the teams, right? It could also be a team lead of some kind, a member of the team who has full-time responsibilities building things. In other organizations, it might be an enterprise architect who oversees all the architecture for a unit or for a product. Once again, I'm not as concerned with the title as I am about their responsibilities. This is the person who thrives in technology. They have a full-time role doing other things that are technical, but this individual understands technological feasibility and can confirm to the product owner that decisions regarding enhancements to an existing product or creating a new product or service are applicable, and they make sense from a technical perspective. I can't tell you how many times I've worked on products within organizations or work with teams where technical initiatives are proposed, but many times they're outdated. Maybe it's a government mandate that came out many years ago where it said the software must be built this way, and a document that you're working with is a document that's 5 to 7 years old, and the solution that they're asking for is completely outdated. The question becomes, do you waste your time building that solution knowing that it's outdated, or do you lean on this technical analyst who'll tell you, hey, this is great what they're asking for, and I get it, but if we build this, it's just going to be, money in a pit, because we need to eliminate that sunk cost and build this in a way that makes sense. So it becomes this person's initiative also to make certain that we're resolving dependencies so that the PO can scope out and help determine what the relative complexity is involved in creating or enhancing an existing or new product. So this person is going to help the product owner understand t-shirt sizing. They're going to help the product owner understand the value of story points. They're going to help the product owner to be able to forecast this work and future work. They're going to help the product owner to be able to explain this to others. So it's the responsibility of the technical analyst to step away from whatever technology they're working on for a limited time. We don't want this person to dedicate a lot of their time to the product owner. But anytime the product owner is having questions or having conversations about technological feasibility or about new ideas regarding which strategies technologically we should use to build something, anytime there's a conversation that happens where there should be a team member involved or a team involved, oftentimes I'll say instead of inviting a whole team, this is the time where you can tap that technical analyst so that the product owner can have the help that they need and the support that they need and have a better understanding of what exactly is trying to be done without having to pinch the whole team for a lot of time. One of the big things that we found is that when we surveyed teams and asked them what they hated most about the product ownership role, was that oftentimes it was the pressure being put on them to create the right thing, as opposed to the product owner saying, hey, this is what I'm hoping to do, or this is what I'm trying to do, and having a team recommend things that strategically would make the most sense. So oftentimes they would put that responsibility on a team and say, oh, you know what to build, you're the technical wizards, go build something. And then when it didn't come out, they're like, that's not what I asked for, and oh my goodness. I just see these things happen all too often. So this analyst, the technical analyst, should work very closely with the business analyst and the functional analyst that we discussed over the last couple of days to help the product owner understand from a technology perspective what needs to be done or what should be done to help the organization build the right product or service, something that's going to be easily consumable by the team, and most importantly, something that the end consumers want. So I think that this person is going to be the one responsible for saying, while this solution from a technology perspective may work and may be, able to solve the problem or initiative that you're trying to do, is this going to be the best solution that we can build to solve that very problem? Or are there alternates, or are there things that we can do to help better understand what those wants, needs, wins, desires are of the consumer? And maybe, once we understand that, how can we work closely with the business analyst to make sure that we're fulfilling those wants and needs, but at the same time not over or under building? So this person worries more about infrastructure, architecture, technology, APIs, all these different things, SDKs, to help others be successful in using our product or service. Now, the beauty of this is that most product owners, I would argue, are not that technical. So when it comes time to understand, is it technologically possible or does it technologically make sense, it's common sense to say that, someone should be able to provide the product owner with that information so they can make sound decisions. The problem is, common sense isn't that common anymore. And most people or organizations don't have this technical analyst in place to help them with that understanding. So in summary, the technical analyst is the person responsible for helping understand technology and understanding whether or not we're properly leveraging technology to be able to provide the right solutions necessary to meet both the consumer's needs and the strategic needs of the organization. I hope that information was helpful to you as we wind up this week. I'm super excited to invite you, as always, to visit agiledad.com, where you can learn more about this topic and many others through our blog posts, our videos, our white papers. We've got so much free information out there. Please visit often and download, and encourage others to listen to this podcast as well. Our subscription numbers are going up. We really appreciate that. We hope to continue to see that trend rising as we continue to talk about topics that are important to you. Speaking of which, if you have a topic you want us to cover, feel free to email us at learnmore@agiledad.com. We'd love to hear what topics you have, or leave a comment here on this particular episode. As always, thank you for your time. We appreciate you, and we want to remind you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile. Until next week, take care. Bye-bye now.